It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. They start the drive with White. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Falcons, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's...
The defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Throwing on second and long. Howell. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray. And this one too low.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Murray. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Tanner Muse there defensively. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey. Close.
From the gun, Murray rolling to his right. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Walker once more. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Stevenson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
Butker's kick here is good, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their 2nd drive here to ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. First down, Howell to throw. Goes right back to McBride. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. On first down, Howell. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
The Falcons at 2-0 here to begin the season. Now off to exactly the start you're hoping for. Nothing for the fan base to complain about, at least not yet.
I like the way that you phrased that. Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a long ways to go. But they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way if they stay in that mode throughout the season.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's Murray. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Give to Walker on the read option. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Murray. Out route pass complete to Bellinger. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Now Murray. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No 1st down.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. Butker's kick here is good, and they're able to double their lead in this 1st half. It's 6-0. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Looking to throw again on second down. Powell. 7 yards there and a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. He's got this downfield to McBride. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Off play action. It's Howell. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Going right side is White. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Here's White. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They stay on the ground with White. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Rashad White with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from taking the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. On 2nd and 2, Murray over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Running right, here's Walker. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Well, if they can execute the run-pass option like that, it puts the defense in a really, really tough spot.
The running ability of Kyler Murray makes defensive coordinators and players crazy, because essentially now you have an extra running back there. So if he keeps it, you've got a problem. If he hands it inside, you're probably not ready for it because you have all your focus back on number 1.
On 2nd down, it's Walker, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Murray now. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Brandon Ayuk in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets would extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he's got room. There's a nice move. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Duvernay now going to bring it out. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Devin Duvernay. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. From the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A run to begin the second half with White. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Faking the handoff. Howell. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Teams talk all the time about stretching the defense, and nothing stretches the field more than a deep ball. And I mean a deep ball. That one didn't connect, but certainly they'll be back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Falcons are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding what receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 126 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Back to Walker on 1st down. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun now from Murray. 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. A give for Walker running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll try for the 1st with Walker. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Butker's kick here is good, and they have regained the lead. Well, a pretty important sequence here, CD. They were trailing in the 2nd half. The interception gives them the opportunity, and the field goal gives them the lead.
And what a clutch play. You love to see guys come through like that. Now it's their game to lose. Time to get back out there and come through with another big stop.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
To throw again on 2nd down. Powell gets the check down throw to White. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Fourth down, Howell. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the right side, this is Walker. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 157 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a big chance goes by the wayside there. A tough break on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, as a general rule, you know you're usually not going to win games with field goals. But in this case, they had 3 points in their pocket. I get what he was trying to do. That's a big swing in momentum right there.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd and 7, Howell. It's caught. This is White. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Howell throwing on 1st down here. Flushed out right. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now Howell. He's going to try and go deep again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That kind of looked like a defense fed up by being gashed in the running game all night.
Yeah, and imagine their coach saying, if you're fed up on that play, where were you the rest of the time? What took you so long? But flip it over to the offensive side. They've been dominating this thing, and to finally have a play go against them, that's not something that's going to make them feel very good this evening.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
The offense on third down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Murray from midfield. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Danielle Hunter drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he'll be out right at the 35. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. On the draw, it's White. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the first down on that one?
Howell completing the quick throw out wide. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now they go play action with Howell. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Howell, he'll look to throw it. He'll dump this one off here to White. And they're going to get this up to midfield. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Howell eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw, Howell. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
Powell throwing on third down here. Out to his left. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Falcons are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. And going right back to Walker. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Powell down to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. This is Smith with a grab. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. First down, here's White. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try and run it with White. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They'll run for it. This is White. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Rashad White with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. So that now 6 touchdowns for him on the ground here so far this year, Charles. And it's week 3. What kind of a season might he be embarking on?
Well, we both know it helps to have fresh legs early. And they're going to ride him a lot as this year goes on. But one other thing to keep in mind, as you keep having success, you actually have built up some momentum. Your body responds to that as well. So I see no reason for this to slow down anytime soon.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern.
Come on.
To throw is Murray. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Now Murray. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Jets, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.